The Dallas Mavericks managed to defeat the Phoenix Suns 123-113 in their most recent matchup, clinching the season series with a 2-1 series victory. And I'm going to take a look at some of the offensive observations that I made about the Mavericks from this matchup. I'm going to break this into two videos, offense and defense, to keep it simple and get it pushing with the content before this next game. And I'm going to try to do this throughout the rest of the season. Some videos may be more detailed than others based off outcomes, based off matchups, but I'm going to get right into it with the offense. Looking at how the Phoenix Suns approached the Mavericks, ball screening actions, how they handled isolation possessions, post-ups, all those things of that nature, and let's just get right into it. Notice on this play, the Suns are putting Kevin Durant on Derek Lively and Jusuf Nurkic on PJ Washington. The goal was to try to hide Nurkic. So the Mavericks made a very frequent approach to try to hunt Nurkic in various actions. On that first play, they put PJ Washington into a wide pin down with the goal of him attacking the paint downhill with Nurkic having to guard in space. Washington tried to play through contact, play off 2 feet, and had the ball ripped, resulting in a turnover. The Mavericks are testing the Suns here. PJ Washington sets a pin down for Kyrie Irving, who then comes up to screen for Luka. The Suns deny the switch here, with the Mavericks ideally trying to get Grayson Allen switched. Doesn't happen. So what ends up happening, Washington steps up for a screen on Devin Booker. Jusuf Nurkic stays and drops. So Luka tosses it to Washington and gets it back on a get action and tries to make a play in the paint with the floater, but comes up short. Luka gets into another ball screen with PJ Washington being guarded by Jusuf Nurkic. Nurkic backpedals as Luka comes off the screen, so he gets into that step back going to his left, knowing that he's going to have space to get the shot off cleanly, and knocks it down. With Nurkic still guarding Washington, Luka brings him up to set a ball screen, but this time they play at a stacked pick and roll with Kyrie Irving as the back screener. Derek Lively fills the strong side corner, and Luka comes off left and draws a double on the drive from Kevin Durant, who, as Luka gets into a step back going to his left in short range, both defenders leave their feet, and now Derek Lively is completely wide open. Luka passes out of the shot, and it's a completely wide open straight line drive for Lively to attack the rim for a wide open dunk. With Nurkic now on Lively, they deploy Lively in the action for a zoom action handoff with Luka. The Suns try to deny, so Luka receives the ball and Lively screens for him along the sideline. And this forces Nurkic to step up and create a pocket pass opportunity for Lively to receive the ball on the roll. And Devin Booker has rotated to help as the low defender. Lively has to finish through contact, misses on the first effort, but cleans it up for a putback. And having that type of size advantage as a result of the defense having to send 2 defenders on Luka in ball screens is exactly why teams try to cross-match and not have the center involved in the action. Luka has the ball on the break, sees that Kyrie Irving has the intended weak defender to attack, Grayson Allen on him, and Lively sets a screen for him, flips the screen direction, and Nurkic is in drop coverage, so Irving gets into a pull-up 3, and he misses the shot, but it's a clean look. Once again, the cross match that Nurkic is guarding, which is Kleba, screens for Luka in an empty corner situation on this play, and Nurkic tries to show, cut off the baseline drive. Luka spins middle. With Derek Lively getting into the paint to be in position to rebound, the defense has to account for not only Luka's drive, but also the threat of the offensive rebound. And when Lively is being guarded by a small in these cross match situations, it's very important for him to be aggressive on the offensive boards. He comes up with the miss after Tim Hardaway Jr. gets the wide open 3-point look for the catch and shoot in the corner. The Suns were not worried about Derek Jones Jr. spacing off the ball. Luka has him screen and tries to attack going to his left after being iced on this ball screen. Jusuf Nurkic recovers back to the paint as the big defender, Kevin Durant, showing help. And the Suns are helping the helper, but Eric Gordon dials up, recovering perfectly. Luka thought there was an opening to reverse the ball to the weak side corner, and Eric Gordon jumps the pass for a turnover. Hardaway gets it to Luka, who brings Maxi Kleba to screen, drawing Drew Eubanks, who backpedals, leaving Luka space to get into that step back going to his left once again. Luka has Tim Hardaway Jr. screen for him, which draws Grayson Allen on the switch, the intended mismatch to hunt. But Devin Booker does a great job of communicating with Royce O'Neal, signals for him to send help on the drive. Luka draws 2 on the crowd, and then waits for Gafford to flash. Gafford tosses it to Tim Hardaway Jr., signals him away, fakes the pass, and gets into a step back playing through contact. Okogie loses his footing. Hardaway knocks it down. The Suns tried to pre-switch to make things more complicated by hiding defenders from Luka Doncic on mismatch hunting. Kevin Durant pre-switches onto Daniel Gafford, knowing that a ball screen was going to be coming up. and then switches on to Luka, who goes between the legs, countering his momentum. Josh Okogie is recovering, but he has his back turned to Luka on the drive. Gafford seals off Booker, and Luka is able to finish with his right hand. Luka Doncic brings Drew Eubanks' man, Derrick Jones Jr., as the screener, sends away Maxi Kleber, draws Eubanks, attacks right, plays through contact, and finishes on the way down. Draws the foul as well. After the Mavericks regain possession, Luka signals to Derrick Jones Jr. to get into a handoff with Kyrie, who gets into a rescreen, tosses it to Luka, and Luka doesn't like what he has on the step back, plays out of a get action with Maxi Kleber, attacks downhill, uses a fake, playing off of two, gets Drew Eubanks to leave his feet in help, draws the foul, and gets an and one. The Suns had an interesting approach to guarding this initial zoom action. Devin Booker switches that first off-ball screen. Luka gets it on the toss from Daniel Gafford. They get into a high ball screen. And then Luka tries to break down Kevin Durant going between the legs multiple times. Successfully does so. But the Suns pre-rotate off the strong side corner and help, with Derrick Jones Jr. being a weak shooter. And this disrupts Luka enough to miss on the finish attempt. The Suns were able to pack the paint more with Devin Booker playing off of Derrick Jones Jr. as a one-man zone. Kyrie Irving comes to the ball, attacks off the catch, and now Booker's in position to cut him off and then force a miss at the rim by walling him up. Knowing that the Suns were going to continue to disrespect Derrick Jones Jr. as a shooting threat, this play developed where Kyrie Irving attacked downhill after drawing Kevin Durant on a switch. They're helping the helper with Devin Booker on Daniel Gafford. Kyrie trusts Derrick Jones to knock this down, and he pays it off. He hits it. The Mavericks know what advantage they have putting Jusuf Nurkic in ball screen actions coming out of halftime. Luka plays through contact with Grayson Allen as the on-ball defender, gets into a step back going to his right, not the usual direction of his shot, but still knocks it down, a testament to his improvement as a shooter this season. The Mavericks then get into a pick and pop with Jusuf Nurkic committing to Luka on the ball screen. Washington pops into open space, no defender gets out on him, and it's up to him to knock the shot down, and he makes a defense pay. And then already with the advantage here, Jusuf Nurkic is now responsible for Derek Lively. Luka drags his play out wide right, waiting to see what Nurkic is going to do as Lively dives to the rim. Luka sees that Nurkic is recovering back to Lively, and after staying patient, Luka disengages, creates space, going to his right for the step back, and knocks the shot down. Luka Doncic forces Grayson Allen to switch onto him by having Tim Hardaway Jr. set a ball screen, and the Suns are helping the helper. They're not worried about P.J. Washington as much. They're willing to give that up in the corner. And this is shot he has to knock down, but he misses short. The Suns continue to play with the micro ball lineup with Kevin Durant at the 5. He switches in double drag onto Kyrie, who looks to attack him off the dribble, dribbles through the paint after the initial attempt didn't have anything, and draws a foul after he dribbles through. The Suns try to play up in ball screen coverage for a few plays late in the third quarter against Luka Doncic. Here he just makes that pocket pass to Daniel Gafford and finishes through the low defender. The smaller defender in Grayson Allen gets to the free throw line after drawing the foul. Luka was adamant about forcing Jusuf Nurkic to have to work out in space. Gafford screens for him at the start of this offensive possession, gets all the way to the paint, and then gets brought back after Luka plays out of a get action with Derrick Jones Jr. This time, Nurkic is aggressive, physical. He shows on the screen and knocks Luka over. No foul call, and Devin Booker scores on the other end. On the final ball screen play that I'm going to show from this game late in the third quarter, Derrick Jones Jr. was left wide open in the corner. He was a strong side spacer. The Suns, once again, having Devin Booker pre-rotate off of him. He tags Derek Lively on the roll and then helps against Luka's drive and then gets out on Jones, but Jones misses it and the quarter's over. Another part of this game that I'm going to get into is how the Mavericks played off of isolation and post-up possessions. The Mavericks are usually quick to get Luka a post touch when he already has the intended mismatch to hunt. He usually draws a double. Kyrie is able to be a catch-and-shoot threat one pass away, as he is here, and knocks it down. This was a clever approach from Luka Doncic. He rejects the screen and uses a crossover quickly after getting Allen to commit to the drive right, and then gets Jusuf Nurkic to commit to the switch as Lively slips the screen. And then now Luka's attacking. He's going to attack middle with the late double coming. And then now this is a lot of responsibility for the back line of the defense. Luka throws a no-look pass to Maxi Kleber, wide open in the corner, who then misses short on the 3. The Mavericks will need to address their spacing for Luka in isolation situations. He has Josh Okogie on him. There's a decoy action on the weak side where there's not really an advantage created. It crowds things. Eric Gordon's brought near Luka to make a play at the ball. He takes a turnaround with the paint pack with Jusuf Nurkic pre-rotated off of Derrick Jones Jr. as a strong side corner spacer as well. Kyrie had some chances attacking early. He has Saban Lee as a matchup, plays out of a back down, uses a spin move with pace, and then finishes through Yusuf Nurkic at the rim. Here, even P.J. Washington gets into a pull-up on an ISO to start the possession and knocks down the three. Another tactic the Mavericks like to use to create mismatches throughout games is to have Luka be a ball screener. Here he gets Eric Gordon switched onto him. And this was actually good defense from the Suns, but better offense from Luka. He stays patient, attacks open space, plays out of a fake with help rotated over. Luka has to make a tough shot if he's going to look to score. He plays out of a turnaround, one-legged jumper, and knocks it down. At various points of this game, midway through, Kevin Durant took on the assignment of switching onto Luka and held his own on a couple of possessions. He gets a hand up, stays active, expects that step back three going to his left, and the shot is a miss. Then the next time, Luka tries to make a play attacking downhill with Kevin Durant having all that length to contest step backs. The goal is to try to get downhill here. He gets over to the right, plays out of the between the legs, and then tries to create separation near the nail, plays off of the one-legged fade and misses. Luka sets a ball screen for Tim Hardaway Jr. to force the mismatch against Grayson Allen with the switch, and then now he's playing out of that triple threat position, attacks right, and it has a good finish attempt on the floater, but it rims out. On this next play, Luka gets a screen from Josh Green, Grayson Allen commits to the switch, and then now Luka's attacking the middle of the floor, draws contact, and gets a foul on the floater. Luka brings the ball up on this play. Kyrie Irving comes to screen for him. This forces the switch with Grayson Allen now committed to Luka. Attacks the middle of the floor, plays through contact, spins, draws help from Eric Gordon one pass away, and finds Kleba for the open three. Now Luka already has Allen as the matchup, attacks right, and then he, instead of playing with that floater, he gets a little deeper on the drive and finishes with the right hand off the glass. Luka screens for Kyrie Irving, gets Grayson Allen as the matchup. Now he has the ball at the middle of the floor, and he takes a heat check three here. It's offline, but that's the shot that he wanted. Kyrie Irving brings the ball up on this possession. Again, Luka screens for him, gets Allen switched onto him, gets the ball in the middle of the floor, and Maxey flashes. Luka sends him away, drives left, and Eric Gordon dialed up, help one pass away, well-timed here. Luka tries to take a step back and doesn't get the shot to fall. Kevin Durant took the Luka Doncic assignment on this play early. He gets the ball tossed to him from Kyrie Irving, tries to attack middle of the floor, play it through pivots, doesn't have anything, gets it back on a get action, and tries to attack him again. But before he's able to do so, Eric Gordon sends a late double. Luka gets the ball popping, playing advantage basketball, finds Tim Hardaway Jr. in the corner, and he misses the corner three. Another element of this game I want to get into is how the Mavericks pushed on the break. They were aggressive, trying to find transition scoring chances, and this is a theme for a large part of the season and has ramped up as the third-ranked transition scoring team during their 7-game win streak. Throughout this game, Kyrie Irving took advantage of opportunities to attack on the break. Derek Lively forces a miss. Kyrie grabs the ball, and then he's playing out of a push crossover, switches hands, and it gets into an inside hand finish with the finger roll in a really tough play with Eric Gordon backpedaling throughout the sequence. And then Kyrie had multiple chances in the first quarter to swing the momentum with pull-up threes, gets the steal, raises up, knocks it down. Mavs go from down 5 to down 2. The next sequence with Irving getting into a pull-up three, this actually puts the Mavericks over the top, force a turnover again. This time Grayson Allen tries to contest. Kyrie pulls up, knocks it down. Mavs are up by 1. Later in the game, Kyrie had an opportunity to extend the Mavericks' lead. Here he goes behind the back, plays through a crowd, sets up Grayson Allen with a drive right, spins middle, and finishes. Luka Doncic was able to create advantages for the Maverick, whether he was pushing the ball himself, finding an open teammate on a drive after forcing the attention of the defense like he did with Josh Green on this three, or he also had opportunities as a transition trailer. The Mavericks forced a miss here, come up with the defensive rebound. Kyrie sprays it ahead to Josh Green, who then tosses it to Luka at the top of the offense, and he gets right into a catch-and-shoot three. Next time, as a transition trailer, what happens here, Luka actually starts this play. The ball pops around. Kyrie attacks, finds an open teammate, Kleba, who then gets it back to Luka, plays out of a shot fake and a push crossover, gets by 2 defenders, and finishes at the rim. Here, after Devin Booker misses a pull-up, the ball finds Luka, and then he is able to get it to Kyrie for a give and go. and then draws a foul playing off 2 in the paint. Derek Lively contested the jumper, and Luka rewards him, gets the rebound, and throws it ahead to him, and then he is able to draw the foul in the finish attempt. After coming up with a save, Kyrie Irving dove into the first row. Luka is now playing 4-on-4 basketball, trusts PJ Washington to attack the defender in space, plays off 2, finishes on the left side of the rim. Devin Booker misses a 3. Tim Hardaway Jr. had a good play here. He's attacking Eric Gordon with space, makes a couple moves, finishes on the right side on the way down. If you watch this video all the way through, I appreciate you for doing so. If you could like this video, subscribe to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you again for the continued support, and I'll look to continue to get videos like this out throughout the rest of the Mavericks season.